I don't even know if I'm saying this right, but it's like Numinous Astro deck. I don't really know how to say that, but I'm using this. And I'm using the... I don't have a box. I don't have my box over here, but it's the 78 Astro Tarot Collective deck. So the first card out, it's the 6th house, and it's talking about craft. And this is really focusing on like creativity, the things that you create, that you put in your body, health, like very like 3D type things. This is also making me feel like this is talking about witchcraft. So when I say witchcraft, it's not like a spooky weird thing. It's literally just like, before there were doctors, you know, there were midwives, and they were usually women, and you know, they knew it wasn't really secret knowledge, but it seemed like it was secret knowledge because they were studied in it, as far as like what are herbs and different things that you can go foraging for, and mix together to have medicinal purposes, basically creating natural medicines. And that's something that everyone does, especially when you make your own food, especially when you make your own food from scratch. If you're growing your own fruits and vegetables and herbs and incorporating them into your beverages and your food, or even creating products for your body, like oils and different things like that. Not only for the aromatherapy, but what they do for your skin. Your skin is your largest organ. Very important to take care of. So this is like really talking about like very 3D, down to earth energy, and I'm hearing again a strong emphasis. This card is really shouting out Virgo energy. And then to further explain that, here is the Justice card, which is where I said that you might have Libra in your chart, or you could also be a Libra watching this. It's calling for a balance. The Justice card is all about balancing the scales. Normally the Justice card is, she's usually blindfolded, but she's not in this particular deck. So, and I don't think this is talking about seeing with your actual physical eyes. I think this is talking about seeing with your third eye. So there's like an incorporation of the 3D and spirit, and this theme comes up a lot in my readings, because I truly feel like a lot of people now, especially if you're watching tarot, you kind of feel that. You feel the energy and the elevation, and realizing that there's more to this life than just the physical. And there's more to this life than just your like emotions. Like there's some magical shit going on if you pay the fuck attention. And you can literally, well, it's not even you can be a part of it. You are a part of it. You're the spark that's initiating that magic. And if it wasn't for you to witness it happening, is it even happening? Like if something happens and no one's there to witness it, how does any, like, did it happen? So you're a key element in the magic, like you seeing it, whether it be with your actual physical eyes and or your 3D eyes, because I think, or your third eye, because I think it's happening simultaneously. And I keep seeing these like circles, 3 separate circles coming together, combining. I just heard Holy Trinity. And that goes into this card here. The Nimbus card here, it says mystery is the main word to describe that. But it's talking about the unknown. It's talking about psychic abilities, the cosmos, universal truth, oneness, source, shadow work, inner knowing, where you get the tingling. I just want to backtrack for a minute because I meant to say this in the beginning, but I just got so excited about doing this reading. The new Spider-Man movie. I am horrible. I cannot remember the name of it, but it's like the animated movie and with the Spider-Verse. Like, that movie is so amazing. If you haven't watched it, please watch it. And especially if you're really into like art and combining different mediums together, which is what I'm feeling like is happening in this, talking about in this reading. There's a song that I actually heard the song and knew the song before I saw the movie. But it's called Calling Me, or Calling, I believe. Metro Boomin, and I wrote down the main part of the verse that I just feel like I don't know. Anyway, I'll just read it. I'm gonna skip the refrain. You fell for me. I count on you when times are tough. Instead of holding you down, I should lift you up. It hurts me when you start to see my flaws, but just to save you, I risk it all. Short on time for you, I never have enough. When I ran into you, I didn't plan on falling in love. Always there to wipe your tears. I hate to see you cry. If you tell me to jump, I ask you how high. I know sometimes it be hard for me to tell the truth, but I'd go through any obstacle to get to you. Treat the world like my guitar. I'm pulling strings for you. And like that last line, treat the world like my guitar. I'm pulling strings for you. Like, I get chills every time I read that line. And it's the kind of chills that start at the top back part of your head and travels down your spine. And that to me is like source, my higher self energy coming through. And that's really showing here with this card. And to further explain that is the meditation card in the reverse. Both of these cards are major arcana cards, by the way. And in this deck, this is an extra card. There's like 2 extra cards or 3 extra cards or something like that. It's in the reverse. So like, I just feel like I have like, meditation is great. Meditation is good. But if all you're doing is meditating and you're not incorporating it into the physical, what are you really doing? You have to take action and put it into action and blend it with this world that we currently live in, which is physical. Because yes, we are spiritual beings having a physical experience, but we are both of those things. And we came to this realm to experience the physical. We forgot our true selves so that we could re-experience how to find our way back to our true selves through the joys and the pain and the testimonials that you endure in this physical life. And wouldn't you know, the next card that comes up says conjunction. That is literally the meeting of 2 points coming together. It says combines with, enhances, strengthens, joins forces, activates, intensifies. The last word, it says override, and the last word is overwhelm. I don't know what it is about that song, but today when I woke up, it's been stuck in my head. But when I would think of the song, I would just start it bawling. And I'm like, what the fuck is even happening right now? And I started thinking about the movie, and I started bawling. And warning, I might be throwing off, if you haven't seen the movie, I might be giving away some details, but like in the movie, it's more than just a love story. It's standing up against the establishment, and the establishment in this case is how reality works. And it's like, that's how it is in the movie too. They're like, well, this is how the reality is, and you can't do anything about it. And the main character of the story was like, fuck that. Like, this is my fucking story, and you and no one else, including the universe, can tell me how I'm gonna play it out, and tell me that if I don't follow the rules, that this is what the outcome will be, because I'm making my own rules. And they are incorporating their emotions and taking actions on it, and created their own reality out of it. And with this Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, I feel like this is a very ungrounding feeling. But at the same time, it doesn't matter if it's ungrounding, because when you start to incorporate these aspects together, it's like, I'm reminded of Spider-Man flying through the air. It's like walking on ground for most people, for Spider-Man. Like, that's his natural state. Like, it doesn't matter if all your life you were taught that you can't fly. You can only walk because gravity. Because you can literally create your own world, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't work for anyone else, because, I mean, again, a Spider-Man is just, it's you know, a fictional character, but the idea behind it, that and another thing about that movie, just like so amazing, is like all the different perspectives that Spider-Man is able to see because of his ability to basically walk on air and walk on any surface. There's so many things about that movie that are like really spiritual and fun, and I highly recommend watching it. But I think that the reason why it's hitting me so much is because that song, it sounds like he's talking about another person, right? Just to save you, I give my all. I can hear you screaming out, calling me. This, I don't see this as it being another person. I see it as you merging with your higher self. And that's your higher self saying that. Just to save you, I give my all. And I'm getting emotional again. This is so weird. This literally does not happen. Not really. Not when it doesn't like mean something specifically to like something I've been through personally. It's so weird. Your higher self is calling out to you, because your higher self hears you calling out to what you think is nothing. But it's you everywhere. Let me pull some cards for final messages and advice. You know what's funny is I actually pulled a couple cards from a different deck for myself before I started to do the reading. And I literally, out of those cards, said the exact same thing that these three cards said when I pulled them out for the reading to record for everyone. And That's how it'll be. No matter, once you start paying attention, the message that you need to hear is going to come through however it comes through. It could be something really stupid. It could be a song. It could be a movie. It could be a meal that you made. Like, just listen and the answers are there. The Page of Cups came out in reverse. Okay, so a bunch of cards. The Knight of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Lovers. So I just want to say with these cards, both of these cards coming out in reverse, I think that is definitely reaffirming that this is not about a love situation. This is about a you situation. Page of Cups usually talks about like somebody that's like daydreaming and really in their head, but I feel like this is saying that the dreams that you're having, pay attention to them. Your dreams are probably incredibly vivid. And if you pay attention, if you really pay attention to them and like try to write them down when you wake up, you realize the connections that they're making in real life. Like little tidbit pieces are like, oh, that's, you'll be watching a movie and I'm just using this as an example, and you'll be like, oh my God, that looks like that guy that I dreamt about. No wonder I dreamt about that. And you're like, and you remember like, oh my God, in the dream, I thought he was doing this, but he was actually helping. He wasn't like, it's, oh, sweetie, what? You want to take a part of the reading? What? Am I not petting you? Is that what it is? There you go. There you go. You want to lay down? Anubis always wants to make an appearance in these readings, I swear. And it's a cat. So I think this is definitely saying pay attention to your dreams. And with the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Wands is usually the fastest knight in the deck. And the Knight of Wands, the wands are on a mission to get from point A to point B, whether they're bringing a message or they're trying to complete a journey. It's in the reverse. So I'm hearing you don't need to go anywhere or do anything to complete this. You don't need to meditate either. You just need to pay attention. If you want to meditate, cool. I don't have anything against meditating. What I do have a problem with is people always think that, oh, all you need to do is just be a good person and meditate and pray and then not do anything about it. But at the same time, when I say not do anything about it, it doesn't actually mean like you need to run a marathon or like go build a house. It's really up to you how you want to exercise that. But I feel like it's saying that you're exactly where you need to be at this time as far as physicality goes. You don't need to go anywhere to make this happen or to make these connections. And with the Two of Cups and the Lovers being in the reverse, again, not only do I not feel like it's not talking about another person, it's talking about you, but it's like, connecting with a different part of you, another version of you, your higher self, the yin to your yang. It's not even the yin to your yang. It's if you were to draw a yin yang symbol, it would be the paper that you drew it on. It would be the pencils that you used to draw it, or the markers that you used to draw it. It would be the imagination that you used in your mind before you executed it. I think this is also saying, do what works for you. Do what works for you. That's the best way to get in touch with who you really are. This also comes up a lot in the readings. In my readings, that you have to make sure your cup is full before you can help anyone else or give to anyone else, to share with anyone else. And this is all about making sure, and it's not even that making sure your cup is full. It's like realizing that your cup was never empty. It's like the spring that never dries up, that never goes away, that's always there. Speaking of spring, I think I just wanted to touch back on this card, and I think it's important to pay attention to things that you're putting in your body. I'm hearing that you maybe should be drinking more water. We can probably all benefit from drinking more water, but pay attention to the type of water you're drinking. Just because you buy bottled water, and it says spring water, doesn't mean it's not treated. Read the description, see what they're doing to treat the water. Do some research on that. Pay attention if your water has fluoride in it. I would recommend, or not recommend, but suggest that you probably should limit your intake in that chemical. Do some research on what that does to your body, what that does to your brain, what that does to the pineal gland. Do some research as to how it even came about to be put in the water to begin with. It's also in some places put in milk and table salt. It is poison. I mean, we do ingest a lot of poisons daily. It's almost a part of our culture because they're so ingrained in, especially American culture. I feel like I'm going off on tangents here. So main message, some shit's going down this month for sure. Energy is kind of crazy. It's the end of probably, from consensus, like most people, this year was a hard one. But hard years offer growth. And not just hard years, but hard when you go through some shit and you make it through at the end, you learn some shit and you grow and you expand. And I know for me personally, this year wasn't necessarily hard as far as compared to what I'm seeing on the news and what have you. But I had my own struggles, trials, and tribulations, as everyone has. And actually, for the most part, it was pretty profound, and I'm here for it. And I'm really excited, actually, about the energies that are coming in this month. And I feel like it's a very energetic ending to a new energetic year coming up. I feel like 2024 is going to be, it's going to be tough for people that are still stuck in that 3D mindset. But if you really just pay attention, and it doesn't matter if you tell anyone about it, you can keep it to yourself. But honestly, once you start paying attention and you start getting these messages and you start getting these downloads and you start understanding certain things and synchronicities start lining up, it's really hard for you to contain it and not talk to people about it. And it's going to show in your aura anyway. It's going to show in the way you carry yourself. It's going to show in your demeanor. People are going to notice it. They're not really going to necessarily notice what they're noticing, but they're going to notice that there's a change in you, and it's going to affect them also. They're going to feel that energy, and it's contagious. And yeah, that's the reading. I hope you got something out of it. I really do try to make these readings a little short, but I think this one was a long one. So I hope you made it to the end, and if you did, cool. If you didn't, cool. Either way, I hope that you got something out of it. I really, truly do, and I hope it helped in some way, shape, or form. If anything, I hope it lets you know that if this is something that you're experiencing and that you're going through, that you're not alone, that a lot of people are experiencing it and going through it also, and you're not crazy, and you're beautiful and amazing, and just keep going, keep pushing. All right, thank you so much for viewing my content, and please like the video if you liked it. Please share if you want to share, and please subscribe if you don't want to miss anything that I post. All right, thanks so much. Bye-bye.